Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Mather. I'm here to talk about two different techniques of psychophysiological recording. And so one is what's commonly referred to as EEG or electroencephalography, and the other one is EMG or electromyography. And so for electroencephalography, it's measuring what are called postsynaptic brain potentials. So there are neurons in your brain that fire, and there are electrical impulses when that happens, and those are called action potentials. The synapse is the kind of gap between each neuron. And so chemicals are released, they cause the next one to fire, they're brought back into the old one, recycled, do it all again. And so anyway, postsynaptic means after the synapse, right? So we're talking about the action potentials there. And so electroencephalography can put electrodes on the brain and different on the outside of the skull to measure activity in the brain in kind of a large location, right? So if you've got one here, it's measuring the area here, or one here, it's measuring the activity that's going on underneath there. And you can map those onto different parts of the cortex and have some idea of what's going on in there. Most importantly, from a social psychology standpoint, are what are called event-related brain potentials, or ERPs. And so those are a type of EEG recording that are time locked to an event and viewed as being a result of a psychological process. So if something were to happen, it's measuring the activity that's related to that happening and how that part of the brain or area of the brain processed it. And so if we show you pictures of flowers and puppies and rainbows and sunset, all these happy things, and then we show you something, maybe a celebrity or a politician or a TV show or something, a picture of something that you don't like, there are certain event-related brain potentials in certain areas of the brain that will occur if you recategorize something. And so that would be an indication that you've got a negative attitude towards that thing because you've set up the stimulus set that has a bunch of positive things in it. And then if you recategorize that as something different, something you don't like, then that indicates that you've got a negative attitude towards that. So that's just one example of a way that attitudes can be measured with EEG recordings. Excuse me. The other thing we're talking about is electromyography. And so electromyography or EMG recordings measure electrical impulses in the skin, or the muscles in the skin, muscle activity there. And so different facial muscles that are being used when you express an emotion are also used in smaller amounts if you're just looking at different stimuli and you've got the faint activity of a smile or of a frown. And so the corrugator supercilii muscle is here in the brow, and increase of activity of that indicates that you dislike something. And then the zygomaticus major muscle is in the mouth, near the mouth. It's used in smiling, and so increasing activity indicates that you like something. And so they can put electrodes on your face, and they can measure that activity and get an idea of attitude towards something for that. So anyway, that's just two different psychophysiological measures, EEG and EMG, and different ways they can be used to infer things that are going on inside that black box of your head. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.